What's that word? What's that word? Family, say that word. Hey man, check this shit out. It's your homeboy Low from the Go. Yeah, and I'm back live, ladies and gentlemen. I'm back trying to spit my life experiences. This shouldn't reflect on nobody else. This is a PSA right now. What I went through in life, it shouldn't affect what you went through in life. The way that I think shouldn't reflect on you. You got to go through your own experiences. You got to figure out life for yourself, right? Now, I'm only here to tell y'all my opinion. I'm not here to put a thought in your head. I'm not here to change your way of thought. I'm only here for one reason, y'all. But let me tell you this. All right, shout out to the homeboy Nick Bands. Shout out to the homeboy Hood Educated. Shout out to the homeboy Swifty Blue. I said it in a whole nother video. If you choose to rock with Swifty Blue, the Mexican rapper that Kodak Black jumped on the track with, if you choose to rock with this nigga, so be it. Has nothing to do with me at all. All I'm doing is letting you niggas know how I feel about all this shit. Ain't none of my opinion got to rub off on you. Hood Educated made a video after I made my video about the whole situation. Not saying that he saw my video, but I'm a subscriber of his, and I saw his video. And he did exactly what I said he was gonna do, or not what I said he was gonna do, but what I said that black people was gonna do. Get a Mexican a pass, right? Give him a pass. Let him come into our hood and take our creation and admit who you are. That's what he did in my eyes. But Hood Educated said, nah, he just doing business with his people, but it don't add up. How the fuck you doing business with your people? This ain't the roofing industry. This is hip hop. Ain't no racism in hip hop, right? Ain't no I only fuck with my own kind, but I'll fuck with this nigga to get my views up. Why y'all think Bad Bunny beat NBA Youngboy out? Why y'all think so? Because his community stands up for him. His community supports him. Latinos support Latinos. And what I'm saying is blacks need to start supporting blacks. I'm gonna get into this video real quick with Hood Educated, and I'm gonna stop it and I'm gonna start it to break down what I feel like are things that I've experienced and compare it to what he's saying. So let's check it out.
Hit that notification bell so when every time I drop a new video, you will be the first to get it. Now check me out. I'm talking about, like, man, I didn't want to touch on this demonstration right here, but I just felt compelled to because I just want to know where y'all coming from, right?
First off, it's a sticky situation. The man said he didn't want to jump into this, right? My thing is, why not? We jump into the nigga shit, right? Even though he was on a white show, he was on a white outlet. But look at what he said. Look at what he's trying to do. So we jump into this. We do this type of shit. That's why I thought about it. I saw it. I heard it. I decided to talk about it. That's why he decided to talk about it. It's because when he heard it and he realized what realm it's in, even though we can talk about any realm that we want, but he knew it. And he knew what realm it was in. It was in our spectrum. So he decided to talk about it. Let's keep it real. Now let's go ahead.
And I'm talking about this situation with the brother Swifty Blue, right? The Mexican rap artist, man, that's out of Southern California who has been catching a lot of back.
He called him a brother, right? Now we do got Latino brothers. Depending on where you come from, if you come from California, Texas, Southwest, you will have a stronger tie over East than if you was in the Southwest. Now, when you think about the Southwest, it's predominantly Mexican. They're not all of the Latinos that come into America, but it's Southern Americans. Mexicans, Colombians, all of that type of stuff that's down that way. So that's one thing. Then we got the East Coast. We got the Puerto Ricans, the Boricuas, the people that fuck with blacks, the people that actually will fuck with blacks. And that's a whole different thing. And then we got the Midwest, where I'm from, Chicago, the most segregated city in America. Why is Chicago a sanctuary city, the most segregated city? That means not only Mexicans, Puerto Ricans, and Hispanics can come in. Irish, European, anybody that want to come into Chicago, once you make it into Chicago, you can find a support system and they'll help you with a job in your field. They'll help you get paid. They'll help you get benefits. Like, it's a sanctuary city. Anything, it's for immigrants. Immigrants have a lot in cities like Chicago and New York, maybe, and I don't know how many sanctuary cities there are. But let's listen to the video a little bit more.
Class, man, because of some statements that he made as far as to who he wants to sign to as a rap artist, right? Now, I got to be 100 with the hood resident. When I first heard it, I was like, damn. You know what I'm saying? I had an emotional reaction to it, right? And instantly, I'm like, man, this fool, he had a pocket, right? But after some observation, right? After doing some homework, after looking at some of his...
Man, I think you had it right the first time, Hood. I think you had it right. After your homework and all that, it all boils down to racism, but I'm going to let you talk.
Videos and things like that, and some of the people that he done linked with. And not only that, after understanding what this young man was saying, I came to a different conclusion. Now, I want y'all to check out this video, right? And listen, man, I know I got hood residents, man. I'm talking about I got Latino hood residents. I got African American.
All right, so there we have it. He's saying what's at stake right there. His Latino peoples. He's naming them Dominicans, Puerto Ricans. You know what I'm saying? So he's trying to be politically correct, but that's not what we in this business for. I'm trying to cater to my community. I'm not trying to, if they come in, I'm like Malcolm X. We can accept your super chats, but we can't accept you as a wholehearted member, but not necessarily like Malcolm X, but something like that. I'm not trying to convince a motherfucker. Well, I'm not finna get up here and talk about a racist motherfucker and have sympathy and say, not all white people are racist. No, I'm talking about him. If you in here listening to me, you know I'm talking about him. You know what I'm saying? So right there, man, he's kissing the ass in my eyes. He started kissing the ass of the Latinos. You know what I'm saying? Oh no, this ain't got nothing to do. We know it ain't got nothing to do with them. You already said it's Shifty Blue. Shifty Blue said this shit. Now, you ain't just coming out the blue with some hearsay. You coming off with a video.
Hood residents, I got white hood residents, I got Asian hood residents. Shit, I even got hood residents, man, that's across the water. And what I mean by that, I'm talking about in different countries, y'all.
You know what? I ain't gonna even lie. Sometimes I do that same shit that hood educated just did, right? I just did it with the LGBTQT community. I don't participate in those functions, but I'm gonna let y'all know every video when I have a subject and it has to deal with a gay person. You say, oh no, my gay friends, I love them. But what does that have to do? Excuse me. What does that have to do with me catering to my community? I don't want to be popular with the gay folks. I don't want to be popular with the white folks. I don't want to be popular with the Latino folks. But if I'm popular with the black folks, that's it. That's the pinnacle. That's what we got to start understanding as a people, man, as a group, as a collective. We are a $3-4 trillion industry a year, man. Black folks. We don't need to kiss these Latinos' asses. Let him continue.
So I wanted to get y'all portion of understanding. Now, being that we are hood educated, let's not react emotionally. Let's use logic and reason.
All right, so let me talk about that. Let's not react emotionally. Oh, he said that about black people. He's not racist. Let me say this. All right, I live on 120th in Prairie. 120th place in Prairie in Chicago. Down the street, like 4 blocks down on 116th Street, we had a community of Mexicans, right? So on 120th in Prairie is black people, on 119 blacks, 117 blacks, then 116th is Mexican. Then 115th is Mexican, 114th black. So they got a couple of blocks. They got like a couple of square miles or a square mile or whatever, man. They got a small community within Nussum inside of a black community, man. A black community that's been there forever, right? Those 2 blocks of Mexicans are very deadly. One morning I was walking down the street and I said, you know what? If I want to bypass the Mexicans, I got to walk 2 blocks, 2 to 3 blocks up, walk up a hill and everything, go down Michigan Avenue, right? And make it to my destination. But I'm like, man, you know what? It's 7:45 in the morning. I'm finna walk straight down Prairie and go to my destination, right? So I'm like, man, fuck that, man. This our neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? That's how you think in Chicago. You're like, damn, if I gotta walk down there, Latin Kings might be out. But I'm like, man, it's 7-something in the morning. I'm gonna go ahead and walk to the store, man. I mean, walk to my destination, right? So I walked down that way, man. Like 10 shorties ran up on me, man. They was like grammar school kids. I was probably about 22, 23 or some shit. Just walking through, man, grammar school kids ran up talking bullshit. Nigga, what you in? I'm like, look, man, shorty, I'm just trying to walk through the neighborhood, man. That's it. I'm just trying to walk through, mind my business. So I seen the argument going a little sideways. I was like, you know what? I'm finna go ahead and walk off. I turned around, walked off and shit. I see a tree. It's a tree right there. Bam. I make it towards the tree. And next thing I know, I hear, pow! I jump behind the tree. I turn around and look. The little Mexican dude is shooting at me, bro. He shoot at me when I turn around and I looked at him. The nigga took off running and ran off with the rest of them. It's like 7 of them little dudes. So I walked down a couple of more feet, probably 102 feet, and it's like a body shop or a car garage, mechanic shop. And there's some older Mexicans in there. And he like, what happened, man? What's going on? What happened? I looked at his ass. I said, nigga, your nephew just shot at me. And I walked off, right? Because that's the situation it is in Chicago. That's the situation it is in Chicago. And guess what? The majority of black people are willing to live with these folk, man. They got their neighborhood. Don't know niggas living that. And if you do, man, you know, you ain't gonna live that long, bro. Trust me, you're not gonna live in that neighborhood long. You can't have shit. You gotta find a place that's by your people, by the people that love you. Let's continue with this video.
Check it out.
I'm not gonna ask him would you sign the Southside. I don't give a fuck if you want to sign. Well, we don't want to sign to no blacks.
Right.
Southsiders don't want. Guess I don't want to speak on that, but we don't want to sign to no blacks. You know what I'm saying?
The man says it. They don't want to sign to no blacks. Let's continue just a little bit more.
Is that because of the prison shit? It's not a racist thing? Help me understand, because when you say that out loud, it sounds crazy.
It's because like this. It's like this. It's like I go to jail. I rock with my race. I eat with my race. I do things with my race. So it's like I'm here. I conduct business. I do things with my race. You know, like we integrate and whatnot. But why would I have somebody in charge of my music career if I'm already programmed a certain way? I'm already institutionalized a certain way. Why would I?
The man talking about institutionalized, bro. He's talking about institutionalized, right? He's not talking about in the streets, right? I said this in a whole nother episode that Eazy-E, Kid Frost, a Mexican rapper from LA back in the 90s, said that Eazy-E gave him $1 million to sign with him or do some work with him. Eazy-E gave him $1 million cash back in the 90s. Do you think a white motherfucker would have gave a Mexican artist $1 million worth of cash in the 90s? In the 90s, do you think that Warner Brothers, Atlantic Records would have gave a Mexican rapper $1 million cash? Kid Frost says this, man. This nigga is a goofy. He said this shit for publicity, and niggas thinking that, oh damn, he said that shit for, man, it's just like I said, niggas thinking we can talk to this nigga and we can understand this nigga. We can't understand the niggas that can't understand, bro. We can't understand them neither. This nigga just laid up here and said, why would I put my career in the hands of a nigga? He gonna do it for the white man. He gonna do it for the white man easily. But why would he do that to a nigga? A nigga can like this. Man, look at Bad Bunny, bro. He just took NBA YoungBoy down because of his community helping him. If he didn't have such a strong community, he would have never took NBA YoungBoy down. Bad Bunny. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? We promote Bad Bunny on our radio stations, bro. We promote Bad Bunny on our shit. Because we always looking for somebody to come into our communities. We always want another motherfucker to come into our communities. Let's listen to a little bit more of what he got to say.
You get what I'm saying? That's just my mindset. So I'm like, no, we wouldn't do that. And most of the homies would think the same way. So they gonna agree with what I say.
So you wouldn't sign with somebody if they were unaffiliated? Like, let's say Diddy wanted to sign you to Bad Boy.
Me personally, I'm not trying to sign. I'm not trying to sign. I'm not gonna ask him, would you?
Nah, as y'all can see, hey, listen,
All right, I'm gonna stop it while Hood talking, right? Because we're gonna get into what he got to say about that breakdown. But listen, this nigga won't sign a Diddy. Why is that? Why is that? Because of politics, black and white politics. He also said that when he was in a joint, he was rolling with the Woods, him and his Mexicans, right? Now, let me explain to y'all a little bit something about California jail politics. I've never been to the penitentiaries like Hood Education been, but I know a lot of people that's been there, and I know politics. All right, in the Midwest, we get our politics on. Well, it's not as much racism as it is across other places, right? On the East Coast, I don't know, but I know something about California, right? Racism in the prison systems, right? The most racism you're gonna run into as a black person is what the Mexicans are. Let me tell you that. The most racism you're gonna run into as a black person is where they got the Mexicans, bro. When it's even, blacks and Mexicans probably can get along much better. But whereas predominantly Mexicans, or it's a lot of them, oh no, bro, it's racism. And guess who they align themselves with? The Aryan Brotherhood is who they align themselves with. Now, it's Mexicans that do align themselves with the blacks, the Norteños, right? So that's how I am in my hood, the same way it is out there. But we don't got Mexicans necessarily just super tapped in with the whites. Like, goddamn, y'all tapped in with the whites. So y'all killing niggas just because they black. Y'all killing old niggas, beating them up, doing shit to them in a prison system just because they blacks, helping out whites. Let's listen to Hood Educated, though.
Hey, listen, I'm telling y'all, man, I'm like, man, this, you know, and in my mind, I'm thinking, like, how dare he say such a thing for the simple fact that it's right here. You sound like a brother, Swifty Blue. You rapping like a brother. You using the N-word. I mean, what I'm talking.
Of course he used the N-word. He used it in both ways. He used it as a term of endearment with his friends, and he used it as racial terminology. He sounds like a brother. That's just like you saying that, what's that motherfucking name? The white Iverson nigga. You saying he sound like a brother, but he's a white man that came out with nigga shit. Didn't he say the N-word in a bad way? Justin Bieber, he sounds like a brother. But didn't he say the N-word in a bad way? See, that's the thing, bro. These motherfuckers are transformers. And we talk about the transformers that we think we know, man. We talk about the transformers that we think we know, but these are the motherfucking transformers. Anytime a motherfucking, when have you seen a nigga working in a Mexican company? Working on a roof? When have you seen that? When have you seen a nigga working with the Mexicans? You don't see that, bro. It's a reason why. It's a reason why you don't see black men or Mexicans putting black men and bringing black men into their companies, bro. I don't know where Hood Educated from, but let's continue with what he got to say.
N-word, you saying nigga, right? You on hood, you know what I'm saying? Like your whole terminology is that of a black gangbang, right? Even though you Mexican. So
I can't take his terminology, man, by doing that, being of a black gang banger. That's a Mexican gang banger as well. One that's Americanized. But guess what? They roll with race. Blacks don't. So we more forgiving to them. Let's continue, Hood Educated.
when I first seen that video instantly, I was like, man, he had a pocket. He sounds racist. You know what I'm saying? But then after, like I say, I did my homework and I come to understand that that's not what it is. Now, calm down, because I know some of the brothers and sisters, y'all still emotional from the video, and y'all still, he the racist, listen, y'all, let's comb through it with a fine-tooth comb, right? Let's break it down, right? And the first thing we gotta understand is this right here. What is a racist, right? A racist is someone who dislikes you, someone who hates you, all because of the color of your skin, right?
I gotta disagree with Hood Educated right there. He is a racist because that's what he hates. He hates the color of your skin, man. He hates your height. He hates your white teeth. He hates your brown eyes, bro. You know what I'm saying? And that's not all Mexicans, or that's not all Latinos, definitely. But Mexicans, you know, when you live in neighborhoods that have been integrated, when you live in those neighborhoods, it's cool, man. But when you live in the most segregated city in the world, you see shit for what it is, bro. You see shit for what it's worth. Motherfuckers don't care about black people. They only use black people. You see a Mexican with a black woman, 9 times out of 10, he got a whole Mexican family. She just a side bitch, getting paid. She getting her motherfucking windows put in next year. You know what I'm saying? Shit. She don't give a fuck. You see a Mexican with a black woman, that's a side chick. You never see a Mexican with a black wife, bro. Never. If anybody stick with their own people, it's the Mexicans. White people dance outside of the white race all the time. But when you see when you see Mexicans, of course you're going to see a man fucking a different kind of woman. Especially if he's taller, he looks American. But when you see the real Mexicans, them short ones, man, they got a wife, bro. They got a whole wife. Them roofers, them niggas working on the roof, ain't none of them niggas got a black wife. Why would you think that they not racial? Don't nobody they know got a black wife, white wife, but they fuck with them. Let's continue with Hood Educated, man.
That's what a racist is, right? A racist don't want nothing to do with you, all because of the color of your skin, right?
That's a goddamn lie, Hood Educated. It's racist that are police officers. Police officers are Ku Klux Klan members. And every once in a while, they gotta help a black person. Every once in a while, they gotta help an Asian person. Every once in a while, they're very nice to a child or a woman. Just every once in a while. You don't have to be racist every single day. Business has nothing to do with racist. I remember seeing a black family that fired a handyman that came to their house with the Confederate flag on his truck and a Donald Trump flag on the other side. You know what I'm saying? He was finna work for those people. He said, I'll take the flags down. They said, hell no. Nigga, we don't trust you in our house. That's how we supposed to be as a people. Like this Mexican guy. He don't trust us in his casa. Whew. Feeling that shit, boy. He don't trust us in his casa. So Hood Educated, I knew that there was going to be a lot of people that was going to come out protecting me.
Will not interact with you on no business level or nothing, all because of the color of your skin.
That's a lie right there. Politics happen everywhere. People have to work with people everywhere, even in the prison systems. Even what you're talking about in the prison systems, they have to sit down and maybe shake hands with a black person to get an understanding till we got this certain time with the TV. Y'all got this certain time with the TV. We got to sit down and politic with each other, bro. That's the name of the game, politics, bro. So Just because you can do business with a black person don't mean you love them. Look at all the record execs. All the record execs, all they doing is misusing black folks. We can all agree to that. But you can't agree to this Mexican guy telling us what he is, bro. Telling us what the fuck he is. Let's continue.
For that, Ku Klux Klan. You wouldn't see a you wouldn't see a Klansman in a rap video with a brother. You won't see a Klansman.
Yes, you would. You probably won't see a Klansman in a rap video with a brother because he gonna be the nigga behind the camera, holding the camera, getting paid, laughing at the niggas, while they tip him. He gonna be the party bus driver. He still got a job to do, man. They gotta feed their family. See, with racism, is about being smart as well, bro. With racism, you gotta be smart. You can't just come out blatantly nowadays like this Mexican nigga did. You know what I'm saying? You just can't come out blatantly like that. The only reason he did that because he was talking about niggas. He wouldn't have came out about Asians, would he? Well, he would have came out about Asians the same way he came out about niggas. That's what I want y'all to tell me. I don't think the nigga would have came out about saying some shit about, man, the Asian community in California is out of control. Niggas can't even live next to Mexicans in California, bro. Texas, all that shit, bro. You can't live in their neighborhoods, bro. They got their shit on lock, man. We try to kiss their ass down. They don't give a fuck. Invite them into cities that's in the Midwest where, they not really from, but they come there, man. I just seen a whole group of Mexicans working on the roof. You know what I'm saying? My neighbor was fucking with a Mexican dude. She knew he had a wife, everything. That bitch was good. What he was paying that bitch, fixing cabinets, everything. That's all she was there for. You know what I'm saying? They don't fuck with us, bro. They pay us, for services. Let's continue.
Using the N-word except in a derogatory way, you wouldn't see a Klansman surrounding himself around black culture. Right? A Klansman cannot accept black culture.
A Klansman cannot accept black culture. Bro, I don't think he really thought it out before he said that. I'm going to bring it back to record execs. They take every penny from the black man. White folks have always had white racists, right? Let's talk about white racists. White racists have always had a nigga with them. The most racist person loved the nigga. Let me tell you why they love the nigga. If you making so much money for this white man, and you might be a boxer, right? Say for instance, you're a fighter. I got a fight nigga. He gonna beat your nigga. You know what I'm saying? You making money, man. That nigga break his hand after, let's just say, 5 years of boxing. He done brought him up as a kid. Brought him up as a baby to be a fighter. This nigga, all he do is train niggas to fight. If this motherfucker break his hand, his top boxer, he gonna feel some type of way. He not gonna shoot him like a horse. He gonna try to rehabilitate him, make him a coach, do business with him, but don't pay him. But he gonna do business with him. So when you say that a Ku Klux Klan member wouldn't do that, they'll do it. And the proof of that is you being light-skinned. Somewhere down the line, one of them racist white motherfucking Klans members, before they made the Klans, they had just regular white folks, right? One of them racist motherfuckers and fuck one of your family members, bro. Let's continue.
Because it goes against everything that he or she believes, right? They're racist, right? Now, we understand what a racist is. What about someone who is racial? right? What about someone who is racial? A lot of you are probably racial, but you just don't understand it, right? Now, what is a person? What is a racial person, right? A racial person is someone who has pride in their race, someone who loves their race, right? But at the same time, this person that is racial, he is not demeaning or degrading other races. He's not belittling other races, right? He's just letting other races do what they do, but he has a love and compassion for his people, right? And for his culture, right? And for
right there, he has a love for his culture, but he's trying to make money off of black culture. Let me get that straight, hood educated. He has a love for his culture. He has pride within his race. But he want to act like a nigga. He don't want to act like he out there building houses, right? He don't want to rap about that, do he? He don't want to rap about selling watermelon, do he? Selling tomatoes and shit, right? But he want to rap about what we rap about. Bring Kodak Black on because he trying to sound like a nigga. Is he saying SA, homes, all that type of shit in his music? Probably not. Just a little bit though. But he's not saying that like he's saying nigga, is he? Let's continue.
they have brought through humanity, right? This is a racial person. Some of us say black power, right? You are racial. Why? Because not racist, you are racial. Why? Because you love black people, right?
Loving black people don't have nothing to do with not letting black families move into a community because it's predominantly Mexican, bro. He's a Mexican. I'm not going to put all Latinos in the book in the same category as him because he's a Mexican. Let's get that clear. I'm used to dealing with Mexicans. I'm not used to dealing with Puerto Ricans and all that. In Chicago, it's the most segregated city. I thought Hood was from Chicago, but I don't know if he is, bro. Maybe he from someplace else, or maybe he moved out when he was young, too young to realize that our city got neighborhoods for a certain reason, right? It's even like that in California, 10 times worse, though. You know, my homeboy, his father got killed by Latin Kings just shooting in his house, which any gangbangers could have did that type of shit. Blacks do it all the time to each other. But they did it with the intent to kill any dark-skinned person that they saw in the building. Period.
And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that, right? And so after doing my homework, this is what I come to understand Swifty Blue is. He's not racist, he's racial. He loves his people. And there's nothing wrong with that. However, he comes from a group of people. And what I mean by that is this right here. The southern Mexicans, right? The Soreños, right? Now, he comes from the Soreños. Now, the Soreños got a history of being racist inside of prison. But who's not racist inside of prison? See, for those of you who haven't been to prison, and those of us who has.
Let me stop that right there, man. Being from the Midwest, you know, being around different organizations, I know that who's not racist in prison, that's not a true statement, bro, because it's plenty of white GDs, bro. Plenty of them. I'm not a GD member, but I know for a fact it's a lot of white GDs, man. So is in prison the same way. They don't join their race. They stay where they at. You know what I'm saying? They stay within the confines. There's plenty of Latin folks that hang out with the blacks, man. And it's just different. So I don't know where he's from. I don't know where they get racial at. My homeboy told me he was in the feds in the Midwest. It was all good. He was GD, hanging with the folks, the One Love, all that type of shit. They found out he was a gang leader. You can look that video up on my channel. That's with Nutty. I said Nutty slid on us. Rapper Nutty, Chicago rapper, slid on us. They tried to make him as a GD gang leader, and they sent him to California. And he said when he went there, it was about race. You know what I'm saying? Where it's predominantly Mexican, that's when it's about race. When it's predominantly black, anybody can come into our circle. And that's why we need to look at life like this Mexican dude look at life. If he signed to a black nigga, he would get killed by his race. So how much love is that? You know, that's crazy. That's the truth right there. That's why he won't sign to a black person. But hood educator, I understand you now. When you say knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, you have that. You have that in your community. And my community is just a little bit different. I take that man at what he said. I take that word at what he said. The white dude that was actually interviewing a nigga asked him more than once, like, man, that sound kind of crazy when you say that. You want to say it again? The white dude asked him more than once, tried to get him to walk the statement back. This nigga stood on his principles. So Kodak Black, like I said in my last video, it don't matter how much cocaine they offer you. You shouldn't take it. Fuck that nigga. Oh, now I can never do a show in Southern California because when we go there, they control it. I've been in those situations before too. In Chicago, nigga, I went to a Cook County jail deck. Never been to the joint, but I've been in Cook County multiple times. I went to a jail deck and it was all Mexicans on that motherfucker. All Mexicans on that motherfucker, for real. Nigga, they had that shit. That shit was locked down. And that's how they roll, bro. So, yeah, hopefully the black community can come together and start saying shit like this about everybody. Because this is how the world is. It might not be racist on his part to hood educated, but it's racist on his part to me. And I feel like this motherfucker right here is bogus, don't need to be in black culture. And if you do a song with him, Kodak Black should be trying to buy his verse back or say, look, man, Kodak Black need to take motherfucking legal actions, man. For real, for real. Your name Black, nigga. No, even though you hate black women and all that shit, but your name Black. And this nigga right here, he told us who he was. I believe him. Hood educated don't believe him. He said, oh man, well, when they're in a joint, that's how they is in a joint. That's how they is in their communities as well, bro. Now, this ain't no diss at hood educated. This is just how I feel about this whole entire situation. And hey, I made a video about it. I said it. You know what I'm saying? I got a couple of Mexican homies. Shit, when it all boiled down, like niggas for everybody, for everybody. Tell me how y'all feel about this shit, man. I'm up out of here, man. Peace.